Hey everyone, and welcome to Mentor Monday. My name is Lauren McGoodwin. I'm the founder and CEO of Contessa, and I'm here to help answer your career questions. Thank you to everybody who submitted a ton of great questions last night. The new Q&A feature on Instagram definitely makes that, I think, a lot easier for all of us, for us to collect them and for you guys to submit them. So if you are just joining me, hello and welcome. This is Mentor Monday. My name is Lauren McGoodwin. I'm the founder and CEO of Contessa, and I'll be answering your career questions. We already have 4 great questions that have been submitted, so I'll start with those. But if you're joining me live, definitely feel free to participate, ask any questions. If you guys want to let me know where you're joining us from, I would love that as well. I'm in Los Angeles in the CC office. It's another hot day here, but luckily we are staying cool in the air conditioning. So very grateful for that. All right, so we'll go ahead and jump into it, but as you guys join, if you've got questions, oh, someone from Canada, awesome, welcome. Definitely don't be afraid to add those comments. Okay, so the first question is, how do I get on my dream company's radar? So at Career Contessa, we actually talk a lot about why you should pursue dream companies instead of dream jobs. And many of you probably can relate to the idea of, your career ambitions might change. So you might start your career in recruiting and move into finance, or start in marketing and move over to content. But one of the things that is much harder to kind of determine and stick with for a long time is a great company. So let's say that your dream company is Netflix, and you know everything about them, and you just know that their culture is totally up your alley, and you would love, love, love to work there. Well, obviously places that a lot of people want to work at are very competitive, and they're tough to get your foot in the door. So what I would definitely recommend is have an informational interview with an employee who works there. So if your dream company is Netflix, try to start building relationships with employees that work at Netflix to learn how did they get their job at Netflix, what do they love about it, what's unique about their department, anything that really allows you to start building a relationship with someone that works there. The other thing that you can do is on LinkedIn, you can follow a company. So you could follow Netflix on LinkedIn, you could connect with employees who work at Netflix on LinkedIn, and you could reach out to them there as well. So those are all really great options if you want your dream company to know that you exist. And if you guys have a dream company and you want to share it in the comments, I would love to hear what some of your dream companies are. And I will move on to the next question while you guys have time to write that in. Next question is, tips on how to revamp your resume when you're applying for jobs outside your industry. This is a really popular question that we get at Career Contessa, which is, I've been doing XYZ in the beauty industry, and now I want to completely transition into a tech company or something totally different. How do I really connect the dots between what I've been doing and what I want to do next? And when it comes to your resume and connecting those dots, one of the best things that you can do is look at the job description of the job that you want to apply to next. So let's say you've been working in sales for the beauty industry, and you really want to transition into marketing for a tech company. When you look at that marketing tech job description, what are the roles and responsibility? What's the role and the responsibilities? Like, what are the keywords that they're saying in that job description? Maybe they're looking for someone who's super analytical and uses XYZ type of software programs, etc. So if you have any experience for what that new job is looking for in your current job, maybe you use similar software, or maybe you have similar skill sets like team building, maybe managing budgets, managing other people on the team. So whatever the job that you want, whatever they're looking for, circle any of those keywords from the job description. I personally like to print these things out so I can physically circle it, and then take those keywords and put them into your current resume for your current job. Another great thing that you can do is under your current resume, if you're trying to position yourself so it looks like your experience is a really good fit for the next role, is you can create kind of like subcategories with your resume. So if you've been a marketing coordinator at a beauty industry, instead of just having bullet, 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 you could actually say, you know, budgeting, and then you could write bullet points that are specifically related to budgeting. If this next job, that's a huge criteria for them. So what I like to do is really use the outside of your industry job description or company. I really like to use what they are saying they're looking for and apply it directly to my current resume. And remember that your resume should always be tailored to every single type, so every time you send a resume, it should be tailored to that specific job and company that you're applying for. It's great to have a master resume, but just make sure that you're editing it for each time. And if you guys need additional help, we have an awesome online course. It's called the 24-Hour Resume Makeover. I created it with our team here. We include resume templates for you, and we go over step by step on exactly how you can tailor your resume to a specific job and company, and we have tons of examples and everything like that. So if you need a resume quickly, go ahead and check that out. It's called the 24-Hour Resume Makeover. Go to careercontessa.com, click on e-learning, and you'll see it right there. And just so you guys also know, we put all the replays of these Mentor Mondays on our YouTube channel, so I'll make sure that the link to that is also on the YouTube channel. All right, so remember, if you're joining live and you have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay, next question that came in from last night when we asked you guys to submit questions is, where do you start if you're feeling overwhelmed by the prospect of job hunting? Job hunting is a bit overwhelming, and I think the other part that gets overwhelming for people who are job hunting is that sometimes they feel like they don't have a lot of control over all the moving pieces. So you've decided you want a job, right? Now you have to go and find the job. Then the job has to be open. Then you have to be able to apply. And then a real person needs to actually, respond to you in an interview. So I think the part about it that feels really overwhelming is that it can actually take months to go from idea to actually getting a job, and that's usually for the lucky people that it takes months. Some people it takes multiple months. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, I would say step back and just take this step by step. First, start by polishing your materials. Karen Nicole, she took our resume course and landed a job within a month. That is amazing. Karen, if you would like to have a testimonial on our site for that, I would love that. So back to the prospect of job hunting. If you're feeling overwhelmed, so the first thing that you need to do is polish your materials. You need to have a resume, you need to have a great LinkedIn profile, and you probably need to have a cover letter, at least a rough template that you can then personalize for each thing, right? So you have to polish your materials. We have a great online course set called the Complete Job Search Toolkit. It will help you with your resume, your LinkedIn, acing the interview. So also don't forget there are online resources that can really help take this overwhelming idea and break it into small bits. So the first thing you want to do is polish your materials. And the second thing you want to start doing is keeping a list of your dream job or your dream company and what is that dream company, what is that dream job, because when it comes to job searching, I think the other overwhelming part is that people just apply to everything and anything, and so they feel like they're being productive, but they're really not moving the needle very much. So those are my first two tips on how to make it less overwhelming, and my third tip is really to consult with an expert. We have career coaches on Career Contessa. Like I said, we have the Complete Job Search Toolkit, which includes a 4-course bundle for everything for polishing your LinkedIn, your resume, preparing to ace the interview, and we also have a job search course that helps you really identify what are your dream companies and what are those dream jobs. So don't forget there's also those online tools out there, and as well as those career coaches on Career Contessa that we call Hire a Mentor. Okay, so someone asked a question. They said, what about getting in as an entrepreneur, starting a small beauty brand? So if you want to be an entrepreneur and start your own beauty brand, my best advice is to just get started. Many entrepreneurs are at this for years before they ever start to see any real traction. So don't be afraid to just jump in and get started. My other tip would be to network. Go talk to other people who have brands that you really admire and you think are fantastic, and ask them, what would you have done when you first started out that you forgot to do? What's your best advice for someone who is starting out? And I guarantee some people won't, maybe don't have the time to do that, but there are a lot of other people that would be glad to help you. So I think for entrepreneurship, having a network is super, super important. Okay, so moving into our last question, and again, guys, don't forget that I am more than happy to take your live questions while we're on here. Is the 90-day evaluation a good time to ask for a raise, or is it too soon? So you're not gonna love this answer, but it's really that it depends. If you have been there for the first 90 days and you basically have been treading water and barely staying above because there's a lot of new information and a lot of new software programs or this or that you're trying to learn, the first 90 days is probably not great. A great time to ask for a raise. If when you were interviewing, they gave you a number that was less than what you were looking for and you said, hey, can we reevaluate after 90 days when I've sort of shown that I can transition onto this team really smoothly, then of course it's a great time to have that conversation with them. Anytime that you are thinking about asking for a raise, I would highly encourage you to check out some of our resources, everything from the Salary Project, which is our anonymous salary database, to we actually have asking a script for asking for a raise. It's called the Gimme. If you go to our downloadable resources, you can download it for free. And I would role play through that script and see if you've done the things that it tells you that it's looking for. So one of the things it's going to say is list out your accomplishments. So if the first 90 days you haven't accomplished anything, then it's not a great time to ask for a raise. But in the first 90 days, if you brought in a huge client, if you helped solve a huge challenge for the company, if you've really impressed them, anything like that, you might have some really good grounds or a strong foundation to go in there and say, hey, look, I was hired at this, but given my performance just in the first 90 days here, I'd really like you guys to consider this instead, and see what they say. So it's not an absolute no, don't ever ask for a raise within the first 90 days. It is a big, it depends. But definitely check out our resources for asking for a raise, because I think once you read those, it will really help you kind of gut check about whether it's appropriate or not. All right, guys. Well, if you don't have any other questions for me while we're here on this live, we will be back again next month answering your career questions. And as always, we are on @CareerContessa on Instagram. We are at careercontessa.com, and we write articles every single day, offering really fantastic career advice. If you're not already on our email list, definitely get on that, because every week we send you some great articles, everything from job search advice to career growth, to how to manage your money and everything in between. So we're really here to help you. And again, the replay of this will go up on our YouTube. And thank you again, guys, for spending your Monday afternoon with me. Bye.